Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands, Dr. Kasturi Mandal, all the distinguished participants present in the hall, members of CSIR-NISpR family, and the research students, media friends. I extend a very, very warm welcome to all of you to the inaugural session of the Valedictory Day of 1 Week, 1 Lab. It's a matter of great pleasure that we have with us today His Excellency Dr. Philip Ackermann, German Ambassador to India, on this occasion, which we are celebrating as the Science Diplomacy Meet when we are culminating our 1 Week, 1 Lab celebrations. Thank you so very much, sir, for sparing your time and that too when we are culminating our 1 Week, 1 Lab celebrations. Thank you so very much to be with us, and many thanks from CSIR-NISpR. Dr. Bhaskar Balakrishnan, I have met him a couple of times. All the time I was thinking of inviting him to the institution, but I was looking for the right opportunity, right event. And sir, I'm extremely glad that you are today with us, and we will be enlightened with your words of wisdom. Dr. Ramaswamy Bansal, who heads head SNT, head stats, she is basically the connecting link of CSIR with international organizations, and also a link between CSIR-NISpR and CSIR when it comes to global affairs. I extend a very, very warm welcome. 1 Week, 1 Lab, we try to explain it, how we are doing it and why we are doing it. Sir, as you know, CSIR is the largest scientific R&D organization in the country. Also in the world, it's one of the largest organizations when it comes to science and technology R&D activities. We have our footprints across the country in the form of 37 research labs. Each lab has been mandated to carry out specific research activities in different disciplines of science and technology. We have laboratories in the field of biological sciences, in the field of chemical sciences, physical sciences, engineering, aeronautical, mining, and so on. And one of the institutions, Council, National Institute of Science, Communication and Policy Research, NISpR, is one of the 37 labs of CSIR situated in Delhi. And this institution, when it comes to the nomenclature CSIR-NISpR, it's only 2 years old lab. So we are the youngest in CSIR laboratories. But with great pride, I say that we have the legacy of more than 100 years together. This institution came into existence by the merger of two erstwhile institutes of CSIR. One was CSIR-NIScPR, National Institute of Science, Communication and Information Resources, which was established, which has its roots before independence 1942 in the form of PID, Public Information Department. So we are almost 80 years old. And the other one was NISTADS, National Institute of Science, Technology and Development Studies, which undertook policy studies, and this institute has the legacy of 40 years. So that's why I'm saying together we are more than 100-year legacy. As the name itself indicates, we are Science, Communication and Policy Research Lab. When it comes to science communication component, we basically cater to every part of the society, that how science should be communicated. For the scholarly scientific fraternity, we have scholarly journals, 15 journals, research journals. And our journals again have the legacy of more than 8 decades. The first Journal of Scientific and Industrial Research started in 1942. And this journal is one of the most prestigious journal when it comes to communicating science, which is interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary. So our journals again are in different disciplines of science technology. They are globally recognized. They are being indexed by the international agencies. And the most importantly, we give the platinum access. Neither the author nor the reader has to pay a single penny. And from submission to publication, everything is online. And we have the portal where all the previous journals can also be accessed. When it comes to communicating science to society, we have popular science division. We have more than 100 popular science books which attracts school students towards science, and also three popular science magazines which are flagship magazines, which are read not only by school students but also by the policymakers and the ministries also. Science Reporter, Vigyan Pragati, and Science Ki Dunya in English, Hindi and Urdu. We are print based also, and at the same time, e magazines also, both are available. Uh, I'm very happy to share with you, because India is a country with a great diversity. Our content has been appreciated so much by the society that they wanted that these magazines should come out in other 22 languages of the country. So now we have signed an MOU with National Translation Mission, and our magazines will be now translated in other languages also, so that we will have the pan India reach. Through social media also we communicate science. When it comes to science policy, science policy has been our forte. We do various kind of science technology innovation studies which are evidence based. We are into policy formulation. We are into socio-economic impact studies of science, benchmarking studies, TRL evaluation. Very recently, we have evaluated more than 480 technologies of all the 36 laboratories, and the technologies which were at TRL level 6 and above. So 313 technologies have been compiled in the form of a compendium, and it's a guiding document for CSIR to engage with industry. So TRL assessment we do, and techno commercial assessments, all these kind of activities we undertake. We are also proactively working on healthcare sector, traditional knowledge, agriculture, startup innovation system, etc. So 1 week, 1 lab program. Basically, it was the idea was conceived by our honorable Science and Technology Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. He wanted that each lab should showcase their achievements, their success stories, their legacy with the society. So for 1 week, we have been celebrating our activities. So we have in all the from September 11 to September 16th, we planned various events. I would like to give you just a glimpse of the events which we have undertaken. And today's event, as you know, is Science Policy and Diplomacy Meet. So we have one grassroots innovation and skill development conclave for rural development. We try to transfer technologies from lab to land, hand holding our rural farmers and artisans that how CSIR technologies intervention can double their income. We had startup workshop from idea to market, particularly attracting the young researchers and young entrepreneurs. More than 30 startups participated in our workshop, and we got a huge response. As a science communication lab, we have programs, events for Science Teacher Connect and Science Students Connect, and also various organizations, whether they are government organizations or private or NGOs, engaged in science communication for public engagement with science. We had a huge response from all the stakeholders into that. Yesterday, we had science knowledge convention, because CSIR-NISpR is the lab which hosts National Knowledge Resource Consortium. We provide access to more than 6,000 electronic resource to all CSIR labs, all DST labs, and Ministry of Earth Science labs. So this kind of service we are providing to scientific fraternity, and I think it is playing a very big role in strengthening science and technology in the country. And today is the Science Diplomacy, Science Policy and Diplomacy Meet. I would like to share with you that we also published one digest, Science Policy Digest, and which again is a kind of very unique digest. And today we will have one release also, where the most important articles have been compiled. So when it comes to science diplomacy, we all understand that in today's world, everybody has this understanding that whether we are talking of economic development or social development or entrepreneurship, science is at the center. So when science is at the center and we are looking to resolve, we are looking to achieve SDGs, which were adopted globally, uh, it's important that the science, that policy makers, policy implementers, and the diplomats work together, make the linkages with the researchers, and try to find out ways to achieve sustainable development goals, whether this is related to climate change, energy, health, well being, education, etc. The list is very long. Today, I'm extremely happy that you are here with us. Dr. Balakrishnan is here with us, and the panelists who are there. So we will get a overall picture that how things are at the moment. What are the challenges? What are the opportunities in the science diplomacy? What kind of platform should be there to connect, to make the linkages stronger, to talk about these issues, how the entrepreneurship and the development go hand in hand with the environmental issues. So these kind of issues, I think, will be discussed today, and we will have the takeaways and the recommendations from this meeting, and we would like to bring out a document later on, and would like to follow it, like how it should be taken forward. So I will not take much time. I've already taken much. So so thank you so very much again for coming. And I'm looking forward to listen you and Dr. Balakrishnan and other panelists, so that we get a better picture of the science diplomacy. Thank you so very much to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Agarwal. Up next, we have the privilege of hearing from Dr. Ramaswamy Bansal. As Professor Agarwal mentioned, that Dr. Bansal has been instrumental in fostering SNT cooperation between CSIR institutes and their international partners, launching several successful cooperation programs. We look forward to your insights, Dr. Bansal.
To dignitaries, distinguished guests, and friends in the audience, very good morning to one and all. Sustainability. Sustainability is all about resources, be it natural, economical, or social. Until recently, the economical vertical of these resources was of prime importance given by all the countries around the globe. What aided this economic growth is the Industrial Revolution, aided by the technologies, new innovations. Over a period, the other two pillars of sustainability, which is natural and the social, they also came into prominence. While scientific and technological solutions created growth, massive growth rather, the environment degradation and human sufferings kept on growing. And today, it is yet again the science and technology to take the center stage and give rise to another revolution, which is called sustainable revolution. And CSIR stands at the central stage again, well placed to accelerate sustainable and sustainable growth at global level. So CSIR, it's the pan-India largest industrial R&D organization, which is having a immense strength of 37 multidisciplinary industrial research institutes spread across the country, which are involved in working in almost all areas of science and technology with very, very skilled and talented manpower of over 12,000 S&T personnel who are aided with the administrative staff as well. What we do is since our establishment in 1942, pre-independence era, we have been pursuing our agenda to advance the knowledge, fueling economic growth, strategic needs of the country, and achieving sectoral social welfare. Our USP is that we are located across the country. We work in multidisciplinary areas. We have skilled manpower, and we are having a nationwide presence, a strong connect not only with the industry, but also with the governments, both central and the state government. In our kitty, we have over 900 technologies products, which are happy to say are between five. Most of them are between 5 to 7 technology readiness level. A portfolio of over 3,200 active patents and our publications can be seen, many of them on the cover page of premier scientific publications. Happy to say that CSR, a bit of CSR in every industrial sectors in the Indian economy, be it drugs and pharmaceutical, chemicals, energy, electronics, genomics and biotechnology, leather, and allied industry, aerospace and defense, building and construction, as also in mining and fuels, health and welfare, wellness, agriculture, aroma and floriculture, food processing, rural and cottage industry, mineral and metals, and infrastructure. To give you some glimpses of what we do, our technology spectrum in the urban setting, here is a slide which shows some of our pilot scale plants for which is a coal gasifier as also a DME fuel pilot plant. How we are building the high altitude roads, steel slag road, the Hansa NG fuel cell car. Recently, we have also driven a bus on based on our fuel cell and a biojet fuel developed by one of our labs. As also in the rural settings, you see how low chilling requiring apple and virus-free apple root stack have been developed. The lavender cultivation, the seaweed cultivation, lemongrass, floriculture mission. The purpose is to make country grow economically, inclusively, just, and so that the happiness index of its people is on the rise continually. Happy to mention that CSIR has been catering to the sustainable development goals and also to the national missions of the country. Because we are spread across the country and we are working in diverse scientific areas, we have categorized our work to remain focused into 8 thematic areas. In addition to the R&D effort, we are also building robust R&D capacity and capability in the country. For this purpose, we have set up our academic arm through Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research, which offers PhD and master's program as also integrated programs in specialized areas to have the industry-ready workforce. The academy works in a hub and spokes model, where hub is the academy and spokes are various research institutions. Until recently, it was only limited to 37 CSI laboratories, but now it has over 17 non-CSR institutions, some of which are IITs, which are also part of this institute. CSR is also promoting startup ecosystem through its incubation centers, some of which are sector agnostics and some are focused on specific sector. They are also spread across the country. Over 10 are there and contributing immensely. Our human resource development group has been providing extramural research support as also fellowship for doctoral and postdoctoral scholars. Our human resource development center is working towards training and retraining for capacity building for the CSIR regular employees. We are also maintaining regulations and standards in India. We are inculcating the interest in science, tapping the youth in the schools itself, and to again enhance the employment possibilities, we are operating a CSR integrated skill initiative. CSR immensely values the importance of international cooperation in building and promoting science, technology, and innovation. And recognizing this fact, we have set up collaborations and partnerships with many, many countries across the globe. As on date, we have 54 cooperation agreements with the research and technology organizations in over 40 countries. like in any organization, in any countries, not all programs are equally active, but we have immensely active programs in Asia, Oceania, uh, America. We are just starting. In Europe, many of them are extremely active. I'll come to some of the areas a little later. And also, we are working with many of those multilateral organizations participating in the programs in groups like BRICS, ASEAN, European Union, G20, IPSA, and many others. And we are also the permanent members of NAM Ascenti Center. We have recently joined VITRO. This slide is to just show you how we are trying to focus on the priority areas of CSIR. So these are those 8 themes, and the number shows how many labs are working in each of these themes and how we are developing our collaboration with various countries focused on specific sector. So in the past, we were promoting general international collaborations through exchange visits, but this is not the case